OpenAI just turned Codex into something nobody saw coming. It's not a coding assistant anymore. It's a full software engineering system with subagents that explore, review, and execute work in parallel. 3 million weekly active users, tripled since January. Two OpenAI engineers just showed exactly how to use plugins, automations, subagents, and custom agent personas to turn Codex into an engineering team that works while you sleep. This is the complete breakdown. Every feature, every trick, everything you need to know. First, the engine. Codex runs on GPT-5.4, OpenAI's latest frontier model. But it's not just one model. There's GPT-5.4 for complex long running tasks, GPT-5.4 Mini for fast, cheap subagent work, and GPT-5.4 Nano for ultra light tasks, plus Spark mode, 1.75x faster tokens through WebSockets, and fast mode on top of that for 2x more. Every time OpenAI ships a better model, Codex automatically gets better. And it's not just the model. There's a unified agent harness that manages tool execution, environment setup, and safety. You can use Codex through the desktop app, the CLI, your IDE, Slack, or GitHub. It's everywhere. Plugins change everything. A plugin bundles three things together: skills, which are reusable instructions for specific workflows, app connections to tools like Google Drive, Linear, Notion, Figma, and MCP servers that extend Codex with external tools. Instead of setting everything up manually, you install one plugin and get it all. OpenAI ships featured plugins: Game Studio for building games with generated sprites, Web App Studio for full stack apps, Google Drive for spreadsheet access, or you build your own. The demo showed Codex reading a YAML code base with 57 events and automatically updating a Google Sheets spreadsheet. 2 minutes, zero human input. Automations are Codex running as a background worker. Set it up once, it runs on a schedule, like a cron job. Here's what OpenAI engineers actually use. Every morning at 9 a.m., Codex checks Slack, flags messages that need replies, buckets conversations by topic, and summarizes important company updates. Gmail automation scans inbox, identifies what actually needs a response, filters out noise. They said it saves hours per day. You can create automations by just telling Codex what you want. Create an automation that checks Slack every day for Codex use cases and lists them for the website. It builds the automation for you. Codex code review is something special. The OpenAI engineer said, and I quote, "It's one of the best in the industry. 100% of pull requests across all OpenAI repositories, including the CEOs, are reviewed by Codex Code Review by default. It doesn't just look at the diff, it contextualizes changes against the entire code base and finds second order effects in modules you didn't even touch." Priority levels: P0 critical, P1 should fix, P2 nice to have. It works on GitHub automatically through /review in the CLI and through a Claude Code plugin they just shipped. Yes, you can run Codex Code Review inside Claude Code sessions. Now the real power: subagents. You take a task, decompose it into parallel independent pieces, and hand each piece to a separate agent. Each subagent gets its own environment, its own context, its own sandbox. They work independently, then report back to the parent. The demo: review 45 custom agent persona files. Without subagents, Codex opens each file sequentially. Takes forever. With subagents, it creates review slices, spins up 20 parallel agents. Each reviews a few files, and results are collated back. Minutes instead of an hour. You can spin up as many as your subscription allows. The killer feature: custom subagent personas. By default, Codex ships three: a general purpose agent, a worker for execution, and an explorer for research. But you can create any persona you want: a docs writer agent, a security vulnerability scanner, a test runner, an accessibility reviewer, an architect. For each persona, you define what model to use, what reasoning effort, what sandbox mode, read only for reviewers, write access for builders. You can give them specific MCP servers. One agent gets Sentry access, another gets linear. You can give them skills. The engineers showed a repo with 45 custom personas. This is how you build your own engineering team out of agents. Real world subagent use cases from OpenAI engineers. Brainstorming: spin up 10 subagents to explore 10 different ways to implement a feature, then pick the best approach. Security: create vulnerability scanners from different attack hypotheses, each analyzing the same code base from a different angle, then merge findings. Code review at scale: parallelize review across 20 agents, each handling a slice. Long running tasks: use the stop hook to keep Codex going. It does one more pass, runs one more validation, then stops with results. Best trick: ask Codex to scan your past sessions and recommend what automations and subagents you should set up. It designs your workflow for you. Bleeding edge features available now. Guardian approvals: instead of running in YOLO mode, where Codex does whatever it wants, Guardian spins up a subagent to verify each privileged action. Should this script run? Should this directory be deleted? Most of the time, it approves automatically, reducing your approval fatigue without sacrificing safety. Hooks: 3 trigger points. Session start after each tool use and session stop. Pull latest from GitHub on startup. Document every tool call for research. Keep Codex going on long tasks. And Codex security: a specialized model that goes commit by commit through your GitHub repos, finding and patching vulnerabilities automatically. The Codex app workflow that changes everything. Native Git Worktree support. Within one project, you can run multiple features, bug fixes, and reviews simultaneously, each in its own isolated branch. No interference between tasks. The engineer showed his actual working setup. Dozens of threads across multiple projects, all running in parallel. You can work locally or send tasks to the cloud. Cloud mode has best of n. Run the same task 4 times in parallel. Pick the best output. And the Codex app lets you create plugins, automations, and subagents, all from one interface. 3 million users didn't happen by accident. Your action plan. Step 1: install the Codex app if you haven't. It's the control center for everything. Step 2: set up your first automation. Start with the Slack or Gmail summary. Hours saved from day 1. Step 3: install a plugin. Try Web App Studio or Game Studio to see what's possible. Step 4. Create your first custom subagent persona. A code reviewer in read only mode is the safest starting point. Step 5. Use/review on every PR before merging. Step 6. Enable Guardian approvals to stop running in YOLO mode. Step 7. Explore hooks. Set up a session start hook that pulls latest from Git. 7 steps. Your Codex goes from assistant to engineering system. Comment Codex for the full setup guide. 3 million weekly active users, tripled in 4 months. GPT 5.4 under the hood. Plugins, automations, subagents, custom personas, code review, Guardian approvals, hooks, security scanning. This is not a coding assistant. This is a software engineering system. Subscribe for more deep dives. Comment Codex for the full PDF. Smash that like button if this changed how you think about AI coding.